How do you understand the relationship between Hamas and Iran?
It's a very weird and awkward relationship because Shia and Sunni, they hate each other. And so there's a bloody history between both sects. But it's in Iran's interest to destabilize the region. They find in Hamas a device. They give Hamas billions of dollars, but they...
Why do you think the Americans, especially the Democrats, why do you think they can't see this?
Because everybody's after their interest. Like, for example, right now, we have Iran's full attack on Israel. Ballistic missiles, etc. Okay, we downed many of those, and the United States helped the UK, other NATO countries. This is amazing.
Arab states.
Arab states. Okay, this is great. But are we supposed to be a defense? Is this the best we could do? That we just stand at defense, the superpower? I would destroy the Iranian nuclear program immediately. This is what I called from day one. I said the most adequate response to October 7 is the destruction of Iran's nuclear program. You cannot give a Muslim country a nuclear power. It was a big mistake to let Pakistan to become a nuclear power. This could lead to a global situation, a very ugly situation. They are not responsible. They are dictatorship. They are not accountable to anybody but Allah. How can you give them
their interpretation of Allah?
Of course, yeah. And how Allah itself, I don't want to say even interpretation, because Allah as is in the Quran is a very dangerous entity. So it's not a matter of misinterpretation that, the guy is a very good guy in the Quran and the Islamists or extremists see him as a bad guy. No, he's a bad guy. Sooner or later, the world is going to wake up on a disaster and realize what we are saying is the truth. So the United States is not doing their job. We have advanced weaponry, like, for example, the electromagnetic bomb. We'll drop one of these, paralyze their entire system. No civilians will die in this process. Just send them back to the Stone Age, and in the meantime, destroy their nuclear program. Show them, who is the boss. But instead, we are compromising so they can get access to our intellectual property and use our weapons against us. This is insanity. But why the Biden administration doing this? Because he's trying to please the voters. He's trying to please Rashida Tlaib. He's trying to please the LGBT.
That's all part of that victimizer narrative.
Yes, he's trying to please everybody. And I say, if strong leaders take risk. Take risk. Weak leaders try to please everybody. And I think this is a situation of this administration. You cannot please everybody. You cannot please Israel and please Rashida Tlaib simultaneously. You cannot. You need to choose. Who's my ally in this situation? Israel is a reliable ally and they are under attack, and they are protecting the American interests in the region. They are maintaining the stability of the region. I don't want to say the world. It's not just an ally. But then they come and accuse America of giving support to Israel. Well, how much support Israel give the United States? How much support the Jewish population in the United States, American Jews, give the American Treasury from their tax money and in every aspect of economy.
What conclusions did you draw about the Jewish society in Israel as you became more and more familiar with its nature?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's democracy. That it's a diverse society. There are the Muslims, there are the Jews, the Christians, there are human rights. One of the things that was just unbelievable during the Second Palestinian Intifada, when a building collapsed, and there were clashes on the checkpoints everywhere, shooting at soldiers, and it was very dangerous for the Israelis to enter the city of Ramallah. But when the building collapsed, we did not have rescue team. We did not have a fire department because it's such a corrupt system that invested all the money in luxury and they never invest the money in infrastructure. So the dozens of workers stuck under the rubble and we cannot get them out. So we had to call the Israelis during the second Intifada while we're shooting at them to say, please come into Ramallah to the city center and help us. So Israel sent the fire department, of course with the IDF to protect them. The entire day evacuating the victims, taking them to Israeli hospitals. And after a long day, the IDF exit the city of Ramallah and people rewarded them, shooting at them, throwing Molotov cocktails, throwing stones, etc. My job, I was there because my job was just be there to make sure that the troops are okay. So the troops protecting the rescue team, I am there to make sure that the troops are okay. And the civilians of Ramallah are waiting for the troops to evacuate after helping the Palestinians by throwing stones, Molotov cocktails, and shooting at them. This type of events, just insane. And it just keeps going like this. Everything about the Palestinian mentality, the Arab culture, and you see the law and order, that there is protocol. The Israeli intelligence follow a protocol. No one was arrested if Israel did not have evidence of their involvement in terrorism. And no one was assassinated, especially the most dangerous terrorists that Israel could not arrest, that they were hiding in the city centers. That none of them were killed if they did not have direct relationship to suicide bombing attacks and they had blood on their hands. None.
So you saw an organization that ran by rule of law.
Absolutely, and there is no doubt about it. And this is why I'm heartbroken, because I know what's happening in Gaza right now really pushed Israel to the corner, that they had no other choice. And there was no possibility to avoid civilian casualties after October 7, because I know at their heart they would never hurt an innocent civilian.